from the National Weather Service will continue their surveys tomorrow on the damage left behind from an EF2 tornado. It ripped through Orange County this morning. Preliminary reports from the National Weather Service show the winds reached 120 miles an hour. Drivers slamming on brakes, just stunned as the twister crossed I-10 near Highway 62.
The storm damaged homes and businesses across the region and knocked out power to thousands more. Things are so bad that some schools will be closed tomorrow. And for families, tomorrow will be all about documenting the damage, taking photos, working through the claims process with their insurance companies.
We have live team coverage of this rare Southeast Texas tornado. Amelia White has the latest from the National Weather Service. Their damage assessment teams are on the ground. But first,
let's turn to Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn. He is with us tonight. Patrick, walk us through exactly what unfolded, how this all came about.
Well, so far, there has been only one confirmed tornado. They're going to be assessing other areas, and there could be additional tornado. But right now, nothing on radar. This is earlier today. It's not the line that we're worried about most of the time as far as tornadoes. It's these individual lone storms out ahead of the line. Those are the ones that are rotating. We had one supercell right there that moved across Jefferson County into Orange County this morning, roughly around 8 to 9 to 10 a.m., and then moved off towards the north and east. Then you get the line in with 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. So let's take a little closer look, and you can see this shear line is exactly where the tornado made touchdown into the Bessie Heights Marsh, move over I-10 at 62, just east of Mauriceville and up towards near Deweyville before weakening. Otherwise, it's a linear line, as you can see. Now, there are several reports of that same one tornado starting from just west of Bridge City and then going on off to just southeast of Deweyville. Now, again, they're going to be assessing different locations. There could be additional tornadoes assessed coming up tomorrow. Otherwise, we were talking about this all this morning. This is something new. This is called a debris signature. Radar tracks rain, snow, hail. This new one can show whether or not the particles are irregular, like fences, four-wheelers, trees, and things of that nature. So we don't see those kind of signatures very often. Outside, it's cooling down. We're in the low to mid-60s. More coming up on 12 News.
All right, thanks, Patrick. Our 12 News team was on the air all morning with live coverage, working hard to keep you safe. Now, thankfully, Southeast Texas didn't experience any deaths in this storm.
There were, however, at least 2 injuries. 2 people hurt today, one in Port Arthur, one in the Little Cypress area. Wild winds flipped a guard shack with someone inside. This was on Dorsey, just off West Port Arthur Road in Port Acres. One person taken away on a stretcher. No word how they're doing. And in Little Cypress, one woman was taken to the hospital with severe injuries after her trailer was knocked over, trapping her inside. Little Cypress Fire and Pinehurst volunteer firefighters worked quickly to get her out.
Now, through it all, when our neighbors were in need, Southeast Texas, you showed up to help. Inviter, friends, neighbors, and employees started to clean up at Wright's Barbecue. It's received some serious damage. That included boarding up damaged windows and doors and checking the ceiling for any issues. The owners seemed pretty happy to have the help. And we checked the National Weather Service archives, and Jordan couldn't find a single EF2 in our area in nearly 20 years.
So when we say this EF2 tornado today was rare, we obviously mean it. 12 News reporter Amelia White is in Orange County with us live tonight, sharing what the National Weather Service has gathered about today's twister.
Jordan Dage, I spoke with the National Weather Service today to get a breakdown of this unique tornado. Reps say this is about the time of year that we'll see severe weather across our region.
The rating right now is EF2.
That's what Roger Erickson with the National Weather Service is rating this morning's tornado.
Wind speeds were in excess of 120 miles an hour. So when you think of 120 miles an hour, that's like a Category 3 hurricane in terms of damage potential.
Damages that left homes like this one without a roof, garage, or even a reliable vehicle.
Fortunately, they were uninjured, but the storm tore up the house really bad. A lot of damage to the roof and the walls.
It's a filling warehouse owner John Murdoch can relate to.
He said just the whole tin roof took off. And then like a big boom, the garage doors sucked in.
One of his employees was inside when the tornado touched down, but made it out without getting hurt. Erickson says cold fronts can usually help create conditions for severe weather.
You know, it's a time of year where potentially sometimes the cold fronts can bring severe weather like damaging winds, tornadoes, or even large hail.
Wondering how long these tornadoes last? Well, it all depends.
They can last anywhere from a minute to, the long ones can be on the ground for an hour. Very rare, almost never see an hour-long tornado down here, but the most common time frame is like 2 to 5 minutes.
Erickson says the biggest thing when it comes to recovery, sorting through insurance coverage.
If they got insurance, then, it's just the process of working through your insurance company. For people that don't have insurance, there's relief agencies in Southeast Texas that will reach out to people to help them recover as well.
Erickson and his team are still surveying the area. We're expecting a full report from the National Weather Service tomorrow about what the tornado left behind. I'm live in Orange. Amelia White, 12 News.
Absolutely eerie listening to this tornado and watching it. One of our colleagues, David Ingram, stepped out of his house and filmed the twister as it crossed the highway. Here it comes across I-10. You can see some of those pieces of debris. Look at those trees, entire trees just swirling through the air. So Orange County Judge John Gauthier says he wants to do everything he can to help with the recovery and the rebuilding. In fact, he has already issued a disaster declaration. In Texas, that's the first step to freeing up money to help reimburse local governments with things like debris removal. If there's enough damage to qualify, it's property, individual assistance could be available for property owners as well. We'll have to wait and see on that. Judge Gauthier tells us areas south of Highway 12 had severe damage.
Hudnall Road at 1130, Stallion Road, and through that little strip right there is where the majority of the damage that we're seeing is condensed into one area. But I know we've got some scattered stuff throughout the county, spots here and there, but the biggest part of the worst hit is up in this area right now.
So Judge Gauthier says county crews spent the day helping clear roads and remove debris so that Entergy could expedite the power restoration.
Now, there are still about 6,000 Southeast Texans still without power tonight. That's down from the 32,000 that were left in the dark right after the storm hit. The majority of those impacted were in Orange County. Entergy says their crews are out working. They had expected to have most restored by about 10 o'clock tonight, but that hasn't happened just yet. The weather made for a wild day for kids who were at school, too. Some of those students, they don't have to go back tomorrow. Vidor ISD has canceled classes. The BISD Annex Building, Blanchette and Curtis Elementaries, and PLA Smith Middle School won't have power until after the school day is over. The district says that Entergy gave them an estimated time for restoration of about 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
All day, you have helped us cover this storm. Your photos and videos have played a huge role helping us see some of the hardest hit areas. You've sent them on social media, via email, even via text message straight to our newsroom.
So we want to thank you for staying safe, Southeast Texas, as you documented this storm. We want to take a look at some of the video that we received into the newsroom today. In Orange County, an ATV was picked up with other debris. It landed on the other side of the highway, as you can see, badly damaged from its flight. And lots of cars damaged in today's storms by the flooding afterwards. No shortage of dark clouds and debris just circling across Southeast Texas today. So if you see news happening anytime, especially things like this, just head to our 12 News Now app. Look for the Near Me tab and click Share with us. And stick with 12 News on air and online, and of course on that app as we continue to follow this bizarre outbreak of storms. We are committed to putting Southeast Texas first.